different question. How thick are the thieves of truth? Because I remember another media outlet, and let's go ahead and throw them in as a media outlet and not some just outlier of social platform, Twitter. Because remember, they want to put their thumb on the scale about what is factual and what is information and what is disinformation and what is
trending,
disqualification, all of that. So I guess they think they're journalists. So let's just do the mind experiment for just a second and pretend like they're journalists. So how thick are the thieves of truth? Because if you even tweeted, retweeted, talked about tweeting the New York Post true and real story about Hunter Biden, his ties with energy, right? Oil companies, and the millions, potentially billions of dollars that were wrapped up in deals with him sitting on energy boards with no prior work experience to do so. In an admission on 60 Minutes, he said, I used my dad's name. So we know the tying together. And why do we care about all of this? If you're a journalist, you know the answer. It's nonpartisan. It is because when an American president has a conduit for bribery or vulnerability, like a son on drugs who'll do pretty much anything, Hunter Biden, and get caught doing it, that vulnerability exposes all of us as citizens. We care. We want our president not only to be successful, but to be nationally secured.
Yeah. Is he compromised?
Yeah. Is he compromised? That's the whole issue of the story. And if what you say is true, that there was some political, or I guess it's being talked about everywhere, that, well, was this about politics because the media wanted their own candidate in there? They liked the guy, or they hated the last guy. Clearly, they hated Trump. That's just not the American way.
Yeah.
And we're the ones who are left to count on that, right? We are the real journalists. We have to be responsible in how we report on this.
Yeah.
And to give everything a look. National Public Radio. National Public Radio. What are they being distracted from if it's not the truth?
I mean, that's right. So, you guys, the president's son is being currently criminally investigated for improper lobbying, money laundering, and tax evasion. And yet the existence of the Hulk Hogan sex tape was ruled by a court to be newsworthy. And that investigation isn't. Like, we are being told by the mainstream media that it's not newsworthy, that this is a distraction from whatever they're putting forth. And it's being piled on by intel officers, by the president of the United States, and by the White House press secretary.
And censored by big tech.
Exactly. And then censored by big tech. It's absolutely ridiculous. But to your point, the bottom line is it's the American citizenry that would be that is impacted negatively. It's not just that we're watching with popcorn as someone's demise unfolds. It's that it actually affects us because we pay their salaries. All right, coming up.